Okay, now let's go to the National Press Secretary for the Trump re-election campaign, Hogan Gidley, and you're going to break some big news for us. The location and the topic and everything about the RNC speech will be where, Hogan?
Boy, that is a great tease, but that is not going to happen on this show. That's left up to the President of the United States. What I do find interesting is I love how Donald Trump, our president, just gets to live rent-free in the heads of Democrats and members of the media. They didn't want him speaking at Mount Rushmore. They pitched a fit when he speaks from the Rose Garden. Now he may give a speech at the White House or potentially Gettysburg, and they don't like that either. Did you notice the common theme there? They don't like him to speak anywhere because they know when he does, without the filter of the mainstream media, it resonates. People gravitate toward the message of America first, of peace and prosperity. They don't want Joe Biden out on the campaign trail. And they don't want this president out on the campaign trail, but for different reasons. Because when our president speaks, the people listen. When Joe Biden speaks, you hear crazy things about Arizona being a great city and how people, young children love to rub on his leg hair and how African Americans all think the same. That's the difference between these two men. And look, if he got on a Marine One and then on Air Force One and flew somewhere, you know as well as I do, the Democrats would say he's using taxpayer funds, and wherever he goes is now a super spreader for coronavirus. If he does it at the White House, I say, well, that's taxpayer funds. He can't use that. It doesn't matter what this president does. The Democrats are against it, even if that impacts positively the American people. They don't want to hear about it and will still complain about it.
I'll give you another one. I'll give you one that's so blatant, it just blows my mind. I come from the business world, and when President Trump said that he was going to do a payroll tax holiday, that was great for workers. That was great for businesses. Those are things we wanted to hear. But the left, Pelosi and Schumer, came out saying, oh, you mean he's going to dip into Social Security? Listen, we're a deficit spending country. So if it comes from somewhere, it's going to be pulled from somewhere else to pay for it. But here's my problem. They didn't open their mouths when President Obama suggested the exact same thing a year or two into his first term when he was trying to save the economy. He said, let's do a payroll tax holiday. I didn't hear one of them complain about where the money was coming from for that.
In fact, they even said that it would create jobs. It was a great idea. So it's just so interesting. It does. They used to be for a wall until Donald Trump gets in office and says we're building a wall. They used to be against open borders until Donald Trump gets in office and says we want to close down our borders to make sure that our people are safe and secure. It doesn't matter what this man does. They're just going to be against it, regardless of how great it turns out for the American people, regardless how well it protects the American people or our economy. They just don't like him. And as one of my counterparts used to say a long time ago, the great Sarah Sanders, that they have to decide whether they hate this president more than they love this country. And I think they've already made their decision.
Very quickly, Hogan, less than a minute or so, VP pick is in. Now your thoughts on KDH, Kamala D. Harris.
Well, I have to tell you, the move to the radical socialist wing of the Democrat Party for Joe Biden is now complete. We've been talking about it for quite some time. He's an empty vessel filled by the radical ideas of the Bernie Sanders, the Ilhan Omars, the Rashida Tlaibs, and now the Kamala Harrises of the world. And look, she is as radical as they come. The GovTrack poll has her voting way more liberally than Bernie Sanders. She is the most liberal senator of all, and she, quite frankly, is just like Bernie Sanders, but without the charisma and without the crowds. She has been far left for quite some time. Open borders is her policy. Green New Deals that would crush the jobs in this country, 10 million from the energy sector. We know she is so soft on crime, refusing to get the death penalty for cop killers or MS-13 gang members. She's got problems, but still, Joe Biden's at the top of the ticket. He picked her, and they're the most liberal, most leftist, most socialist ticket ever devised. And so I think the American people have a clear choice, and that's Donald Trump.
We're going to leave it right there with Hogan Gidley, the best dressed man on television, broadcast, or cable. Hogan Gidley, thank you.
Thanks so much.